Hello everyone, welcome to this recording. Today I want to show you a bit of an update to my cheat engine table for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So without any further ado, I'm going to target the game process. I'm going to let the table get open. I'm going to run the enable script, which basically updates everything in here. You may notice that there are two pointers that are invalid, the console one and the CheatManager one. Regarding the console one, this is created based on the DLL that you're supposed to be running, that you're supposed to be injecting via running that injector that I posted here on this website on Fearless Revolution forums. And once you run that, you'll see that the SW console pointer is going to become valid. Let's try and do that right now. The injector's purpose is to get that DLL into the game. The DLL's purpose is to create the console, the game console, and then also dump two text files in the game folder, one for the names and the other one for the Unreal objects, of course, and their addresses. There's also a thread running in the DLL, which allows you to re-dump the files in case you transition from one place to another, but you'll see that with Star Wars, even if you go to main menu or get back in-game, these objects will never get recreated. I mean, the base ones, the ones that you see here, will always be constant. So take a look here, the console is now valid. And then if you go to the game folder, we see two files that have been generated exactly 1 minute ago. And these files contain the ID, let's say numerical ID of the object, the address, and then the name of the object. So you can make use of this text document like you've seen around on forums in the various Unreal Engine 4 games that people have been trained. Now, the reason I've created this video is to also show you one neat trick that I've added. So as I was saying, the CheatManager is not available, and that is because Respawn Entertainment decided to use some custom assets and functionality. So the internal functions that normally Unreal Engine 4 bestows on the objects are not currently available, or are, let's say, unlinked from their default behavior. And as such, stuff like what I was trying to do here, like running the console commands fly, ghost, and walk, will not do anything in this game. And that is because the normal character movement tick function that verifies the player movement, there's a function there called perform movement. That function doesn't run in its default Unreal Engine 4 form. So let's go in game. Let's see the console. I'm going to continue the journey. Just finished the game, by the way, and I really liked it. And the more I played, I realized that all of those people that are bitching and whining on the forums, all of those requests are unfounded because, well, the game is meant to be played by progression, as in the more you discover with the player and the more you discover with the story, the more you get access to the available abilities and, let's say, skill set. So from that perspective, I kind of like the game. It's one of the games that I've liked in a long time. The other ones I've just played for a bit, then hacked to smithereens, and then just moved on to the next game. So right now, I'm in game. I have the console, and if I try to do something like this, you'll see that the command is not recognized, and that is because we don't have a valid CheatManager Unreal object that is linked to the player. And that is because, well, like I said, Respawn Entertainment decided to use their own custom functionality. And as such, even though the CheatManager is created in the initialization of the engine, like right when you are at main menu, then after initialization, there's a function called post initialize or something like that. And that function runs another function that basically clears up anything that's not used in the current build, in the current shipping build that Respawn Entertainment decided to release to the public. So right now we don't have any God. We also don't have toggle debug camera. Nothing works. Someone told me that there's toggle photo mode, and well, that allows you to toggle photo mode, but you have a limited movement around the player, and as you can see, the world's frozen. And when you run toggle photo mode or toggle debug camera, what happens inside the engine is there's a controller created for those cameras. So for example, here in toggle photo mode, the engine swapped the current player controller to the camera's controller. Therefore, that's why we can control it with the mouse and WASD. As you can see, the player is frozen, you cannot move it. So you can also use space and control to get up and down. And another thing that France tried, the creator of the Universal Unlocker, was to run toggle debug camera because, well, each player controller initializes its own CheatManager. Therefore, if we have the CheatManager available, let's try and look at our table. You can see that there is a CheatManager available already here, and that is because we toggled the photo mode, which creates a CheatManager object. So right now, if I try to type in God, you'll see that hopefully it says something. Well, no pawn possessed, and that is because the controller that we currently have controls the camera and not the player. But as you can see, the cheat did output something to the console instead of command not recognized. So here, if we do toggle debug camera, it will work. But I'm not going to try it right now because I don't know if I can exit the debug camera and then I can also exit the photo mode. If you remember, each controller initializes its own CheatManager, so if I do toggle debug camera, then another CheatManager is going to be created and it will replace this pointer here. And as such, I can disable the debug camera, but I won't be able to disable the photo mode because, well, because of the different CheatManager object in there. So let's disable this, and we're back to the player. And if you do Alt-Tab out, you'll see that the CheatManager is reset to 0, as in the pointer is not valid anymore. So what we want to do is to manually create our own that is going to be properly filled in into the current player controller and not into some camera controller. So this is a script in here that uses Lua, and what it does is it checks first if the player controller pointer is valid, this one here, and you can see it's valid. Then checks if well, first if there is a symbol called SW player controller, then checks if we have a valid player controller, so this pointer here, and then it checks if there is a CheatManager and player controller at this offset. If there isn't any CheatManager, I mean if the address is 0, as you can see it's 0, then what it will do is it will get the CheatManager private static class, and based on that, with that actually, it's going to, well, write the CheatManager class inside the player controller at offset 488. Remember I said that Respawn deletes everything that's unnecessary in the generated objects. So the class, the CheatManager class, is also wiped out from testing, of course. That's what I deducted. And then what we will do next is we will run a function called player controller add cheats. This is the function responsible with instantiating the CheatManager. But this time around, the parameter that we're going to use is going to be our player controller and not the camera or not the photo mode camera or the toggle debug camera. So we'll have a valid CheatManager of our own for our current player. So I'm going to run this, and you can see that the pointer is valid now. And let's try and do God. There you go. You can see that now we have God on. So now if you do toggle debug camera, you can see the players there. You can control it, but we can move around. Spacebar control also helps us navigate. Up, down, up, down. Q and E also work for up and down. And I don't know if you can gain any speed with some key. No. With Alt, no. Right click. Oh, so if you use the mouse wheel, if you drag the mouse wheel down, you'll see that you move slow. If you push the mouse key forward, the more you push it, the more speed you gain. There you go. So that's how you control the speed of the toggle debug camera. Now, another thing that happens is, so let me reduce this. Another thing that happens is whenever you use the toggle debug camera, the engine will not spawn the textures or the solid world past a certain range from the player's location. Therefore, if you see I'm entering this location here and I can see jack shit because none of it is initialized. Another thing that you can try to use, I mean it works because I tested it, is the teleport command. So this is my player, and let me move to the entrance of this temple, the Jedi temple. As you can see, nothing's loaded in here, and just move the camera around to some ground, then open the console and do teleport. Now you'll see that your player spawns right here. This is, let's say, another means for you to skip some areas or get your character unblocked from the various locations where you got stuck and so on and so forth. So as you can see, I teleported my player here, but the area is still not loaded. And if I disable the debug camera, get back to my player, but still nothing's loaded here. And that is because there are trigger points that tell the engine, please load the map further. And that trigger point for this particular location is right underneath this arch. You'll see my game lag a bit. There we go. And now if I turn around, you can see that now everything got spawned inside this cave. So please keep in mind that the game has trigger points based on which it generates further the game world. And if you try to teleport yourself over areas that are not loaded, then you know what will happen. Another thing that happens, and may be annoying to you if you want to use the God mode command, is every time something loads up, if you remember earlier, I ran the God mode command and it said God mode on. Now, once that loading occurred, everything got reset in the CheatManager. So if I type in God, oh well, it worked. I don't think it's here. Maybe it's, there's a condition in here. So right now if you see, they are trying to hit me. And they cannot hit me. But if I move a bit further, like past that arch over there, there's going to be two Hexion Brood mercenaries or whatever they are. And when the game spawns them, you'll see that God mode will not be on anymore. I don't know why this happens, but well, I can investigate, but that's something that I discovered. So there we go. And these are, and now, come on. I remember being here and God mode not working even though I enabled it. This is weird. Okay, apparently it works. Well, please keep it in mind. So, if you see that God mode is not working, then some event in the engine basically reset this parameter, the functionality of God mode. command. So you may want to retype it. Just open the console, small one, press up, God, and then press enter. Now, the reason I'm showing you this video is I also saw people complaining about having a hard time discovering the location of echoes and boxes and whatever. So they basically, instead of them going through the challenge of finding them, discovering them, because that's what this game is about, they asked on the forums for a cheat table that will enable everything in here. Customizations, BD1. As you can see, I don't have any, all of them found out. And that is because I like the game so much that I want to revisit the areas where I didn't find these outfits or the BD1 skins or the Mantis skins. So I just want to find them on my own. And that is because they are there in the game world. So I'm not sure what happens if you use a cheat table, you enable everything, and then what? When you find in the game world the respective box or whatever that contains the loot, it will overwrite it? It will overwrite something that you already have in there? I don't know, maybe. That's something CheatMuppet can respond to. So, how can you do this the easy way? I'm going to show you my map. Let me just get out first. Alright. So, also when you use a toggle debug camera or any other cheats that basically let you fly around, you'll see that you cannot open the map. So, alright, I think I'll just... So I'll do this. Toggle debug camera, go through the water, and get here. I'm hoping that the cave will load. It doesn't, so this is what happens. Okay, I hit the ground apparently. And if I disable God, I don't die. But I don't know where I am. Okay. Let me go to main menu. Of course I probably lost all of the progress, because there's no actual save point. Okay, continue. Well, I didn't stumble across any meditation point, so... And why is this pointer here? Okay. Yeah, so I'm basically back to the ship. So one thing you can do is toggle debug camera, just teleport yourself at the location where you know the game will load the map. Okay, there we go. And that stutter there is the moment the engine loaded the map even further there. And now, considering here, there's something that I've not destroyed yet. There's a location up top here. I'm going to use the camera to get myself popped up there. Toggle debug camera. Of course, I think you can set hotkeys for the command so you don't have to type it all the time. So here and here. Teleport. There we go. Alright. And here's our box.
Hey, BD, in here.
Ta-da!
In there.
So that's how you can use toggle debug camera and teleport as shortcuts. Right. Let's go through the cave. God mode is reset every time you load a map. Go to main menu and back in game you need to re-enable. Okay. But at least you don't have any staggering effect, like in most of the trainers. Oh, see? Like I said. Huh? No? Okay, so I think the effect of that weapon, of that bomb, the mercenary threw, reset God mode. Because right now if I type in God, we're back in action. Let's see. Okay, apparently not. So maybe there are some forms of damage. That reset the God mode status. Right. I'm going to have a drop here. Maybe there are some commands that allow you to save, like wherever you are. To just keep doing that. I was looking at the Nexus mods page, and I saw that none of these commands that I just showed you in my video are available here, and that is because, well, there's no CheatManager. And I'm assuming that the moment I post this on Fearless Revolution forums, someone here is going to take the table without asking and just move it to Nexus forums and spread it all over the boards to their user population. Well, to Nexus, if you want to do that, then please just leave a formal request that you want to take my script and post it on Nexus forums. I don't like it when people take my work and then just post it without asking for permission. That's the least you can do. Back in game. What I also wanted to show you is that once you go past this area, I don't know where the loading point is in here, but if you see some lagging, so I think here it is. Oh, okay. People also complain about this, the fact that it's hard to find spots that BD can scan. I'll just do the minimum, try to find them yourself, re-exploring areas. But what I wanted to show you is this location here where, well, normally you have to go through this wall. And then hop over this crevice and then go all the way down here. Well, you can skip all of this by just using toggle debug camera and teleport. But, so, let me get past this. I might not make it from the first time, first try. Well, I was able to, luckily. So, one example. Here, the only way to get down there and to get that echo is to go straight forward up that path, and then you'll fight some droids and whatnot.
Seer. I remember the wonder of these caves.
And there you go.
Well, I couldn't wait
Droid,
to
2
complete my training and
stormtroopers,
become a Jedi
and
Knight.
a bot. And then you can do this, and you can hop over the wall. Of course. Then go through here. It takes a bit of time, but then you have to go all the way down through here and up the wall. Then do a double jump here, then push this so it drops, and then, well, you can get the echo and so on and so forth. But let's do it like this. Boom. So we're back up top here, where we initially were. Game loaded everything, because you could have seen that echo. So what you can do is toggle about camera. Just drop yourself here. And toggle about camera again. And then you can do this. And then this.
Mindful of your emotions.
And this.
This is easy.
Okay, so we're back up. We basically skipped all that fighting. But for the sake of it, God mode on. As you can see, the God mode is disabled once more. Oh, that's because I died. Okay. So also when you died, so when the game basically resets your status, either you go to main menu or for some reason you fall and you die, then God mode has to be re-enabled. Come on. There you go. And boom. And now I took damage from that explosion, and I think God mode is reset one more time. Yep. So, from testing now, apparently explosions reset your God mode status. So you take damage from explosions. You don't take damage from direct AI hits. So here, for example, I don't know if... Let's just use toggle debug camera and look around. We want to find some more boxes, and I think there's one here. I don't know how exactly you get to it, but as you can see, you can use the toggle debug camera to... Oh yeah, you have to jump on this. Okay, jump here, then jump here, then drop here, get to this location, and then get the box. Okay? And I am here. Or just jump directly from this window, which is even much simpler right now. And the reason I'm showing you this is because, well, the map says I have 3 out of 5 boxes acquired in this location. As you can see, each area tells you how much. Actually, down below there it says explored 1 out of 1 chests, and then here it says 1 out of 2 chests. So that would be the second one that I need to get in this area.
Jedi's on the move. Get up here.
Alright.
I got it.
I think God mode also... well, I wanted to say that your force is also frozen, but apparently not. As you can see, it's consumed. But at least you don't take damage, so that's a plus.
Look easy. Get it, buddy. You never fail to amaze me, buddy.
Alright. So, map. 2 out of 2 chests. What else? This location says I have 1 out of 1, 0 out of 1. Then this location says I have 2 out of 2, so I think that's the only area left. Up top there it says for Ilum 4 out of 5. So let's try and get there. Right? And I think I know where it is. There was a rundown at some point. Here it is, I think. Okay. Maybe here. So how do we get inside here? There are 2 troopers. You can only open the door from this side, and then in order to get there you have to come from here. a meditation point, and then walk up this wall, and then go up top here, and then go around, and here's the box. So, teleport. Toggle the bot camera, we got our stuff.
I knew you'd jump in there. What is it, BD?
Okay.
Enemy above us. Can't lose, can we?
Okay.
Let's head out.
Alright, cool. So now, normally, I should be... Why 98%? Damn it. 1 out of 1, 2 out of 2. 2 out of 2. I'm missing something, am I? Explored, explored. Oh yeah, I think I know where it is. There's a secret down below here in the middle of the room. Or here. Maybe? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so turning back. There we go. So it's hard to find
Scan, BD.
these databank IDs. Apparently BD does all the job. Right, toggle the bot camera. Well, it's not underwater. That's for certain. And okay, we've been here. Remember there were 2 locations with 2 echoes in this area. Maybe up top here? Nope. Okay, so we've been to this area. Been to this area. This is the entry point. Where the hell? In the water there's nothing. Already found that box. Already checked this one, but doing it again for the sake of it. Okay. So I don't know, man. If I'll find the other 2%, I'll let you know. But for now, this is pretty much what you can use this for. I think the other cheats, the other standard cheats, well, some of them still work, like slow-mo 0.5. There you go. So if you're having trouble timing your parries or whatever, just slow the time a bit. Slow-mo 1 is the default value. I don't know what else. Players only. Yeah, as you can see, it basically freezes the world, but also doesn't let you move around. Also, the debug camera doesn't work. So now we unfroze everything. I don't know what else. think camera first, camera third person. No. Camera third person. Okay, camera first person. Oh. So it does work, but it just it just unlinks the camera. Funny. Okay, so everything is locked. What the hell? No! Why did I do that? Dude, don't fall into the water. Okay, maybe this way. Ah man, I can't reset it. Yeah. So apparently I can't reset this stuff. Well, anyway, if I discover more commands that you can use, I remember there was. So if you go to the game folder and we're looking here in the objects dump for the word CheatManager. Sorry about that. I had to take a pause to cough. So if you're looking here for the CheatManager, and then we copy all of this list all the way down, and we move it to another new file, and then we look for function. In all of this, you'll find all of the CheatManager related functions. So one of the functions, if I remember correctly and tested it, is these are some of the functions that are available to you, but unfortunately they do not work directly. Then you have to do some additional hacking in the engine to be able to let them run. If I remember correctly, AI God just gives everyone in the currently loaded sector of the map, so not everyone in general. So this is a command that applies to the currently loaded AI. It gives them God. This one, AI slip all. So for any generated AI, they will be numb, as in they will just sit in their position, they will not do anything about it, they will just stare at you. You can attack, you can do whatever. AI awake all will awake all of them. And this one, in case, for example, someone chases you, what it will do is it will send that particular AI to their spawn point, and then it will set their status to none, to do nothing. Basically it disables all of their sensors, visual and audio. Hub debug, I don't know what it does. I didn't see any effect for it. And unlock data bank, I was able to run it and it basically unlocks everything just in the data bank. I didn't test to see if the customization is unlocked as well, but I can try. And everything in here would be unlocked. And even if you're at the start of the game, you'll have all of these available to you to begin with. But like I said, it's not that simple to get these working. Maybe I'll think of a way to allow you to use them. But till then, thank you for watching, and I will be posting the table in a few minutes on Fearless Revolution forums in the dedicated topic that I created. Talk to you, bye bye.